You're listening to the Betoota Advocate's weekly news wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5.
Hello and welcome to your weekly Betoota. It's the end of the week, 3rd of November. My name is Wendall Hussey. I'm here in the Desert Rock FM studios with Clancy overall.
Hello.
It's been quite a week, Clancy. It's good to be back, finally settling back in. Yeah. My areolas have stopped bleeding, which has been quite nice. Made it through unscathed. Actually, haven't ruined any shirts this week, so it's been
no
pretty
more
good.
endurance, no more long distance running for a little while anyway.
No, not for a little while, and if I do, I've got some tape and stuff that I can put on them.
You could wear those
secure it.
Libras.
The bra things?
No, the pads over your nipples.
Yeah. With the wings. I get the wings one. That'd be wide enough for my areolas. But obviously I could do a sports bra that's been suggested by a few mates of mine. So I can do that. But yeah, look, anyway, that's all sorted and it's good to get on top of it. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Obviously in somewhat of a sporting drought. Matildas have been kicking ass, though. That's been fun. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, we're just focusing on the off-season scandals. Of the NRL, that is. AFL's had a few barneys, but NRL's been pretty interesting. We're actually going to talk about a bit of that today, I imagine.
Yeah, we'll touch on that. The AFL stuff's been very AFL, like private schoolboys fighting with each other.
Unlike the NRL, where we have, junior reserve grade players murdering people.
And I think it's better for us not to talk about why they did it. So we'll get into our first story of the week, which is a Halloween one. And some local trick-or-treaters have terrified boomers around town by dressing up as respectful Indigenous leaders with a generous proposal for a non-binding voice to Parliament.
Yes, a frightening gang of wild youths caused a scene this week by going from door to door in Betoota Heights, scaring the blood out of the home-owning population of local boomers. Betoota Heights sexagenarians Frank and Nolene Stoolwright spoke to the Betoota Advocate about being targeted in the rampage.
Yeah, they told us that this group of local kids hit the street dressed as respectful and moderate Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islands community leaders and academics who basically had a simple request to recognise Indigenous Australians in the Constitution, whilst also enshrining a parliamentary advisory body. The horrified pair were obviously running for their lives. They'd locked their doors, and Nolene was heard screaming, "It's happening, Frank. They're coming for our land. They're coming for our land. It's all over." I believe they called the police as well, but Frank and Nolene are okay. They're calming down now.
It's all good. I'm glad we're not divided.
Now we'll move on to some fashion news, and celebrity icon Kim Kardashian has caused a bit of a stir by releasing a range of male undies that make you look like you have a permanent stiffy.
Yes, the new design follows the release of her Skim Perky bra range. The range has caused plenty of controversy online, with many confused as to why you would want to walk around like you're quite cold, or at least in a significant state of arousal. However, it's not just the ladies that can go around on high beams, with men now able to grab a pair of undies that have state-of-the-art inbuilt boner technology. Titled Foreskims, the new undies will allow men to look like they are pumping blood 24 hours a day. And Kim says the wearers should no longer feel ashamed of boners. No more tucking it into the undies. No more trying to massage it down the side of the leg. Just wear it loud and proud.
Yeah, very empowering. It's great stuff from Kim Kardashian. I've ordered myself some, so hopefully they'll be here soon. Yeah, good Chrissy presents as well, actually, I reckon. Now we've got some music news, and a poor woman who innocently asked a bloke about his Tool band t-shirt given a 30-minute lecture on polyrhythms.
Yes, a very unfortunate situation where she unwittingly found herself victim to a Tool fan who proceeded to not shut the fuck up for a solid 30 minutes, dissecting every minute detail about what makes Tool the greatest band of all time.
Yeah, this was in a beer garden, and he basically said something along the lines of, "Oh man, you don't know Tool? They're fucking awesome, dude. The best group of rock musicians to ever walk this earth. You see, Danny Carey, aka the Octopus, that's the drummer by the way, can play polyrhythms, which is so fucking hard, dude. That's when you play multiple rhythms at the same time. Their song Lateralis was written to the Fibonacci sequence, dude. And oh man, it's just so fucking good. It has this beautiful ability to mean different things to you at different stages of your life. Were you a Tool guy, Clancy?
Not really, but I fuck, I don't mind his elevator pitch. I might have to tune in.
Fibonacci sequence and heavy metal, have not seen that in the same sentence before, so quite excited.
No.
Our last story is from the NRL world, which you touched on at the top of the bulletin there. It's a bit of a tongue twister. You want to have a crack at it?
Yes, I can do it. I reckon I'll do it in one take too. Heavily lawyered up NRL superstars finally able to prove their innocence in the face of lying cops, which makes you wonder what happens to the young Indigenous men who don't have access to the best legal representation in the country.
Yes, in case you missed it, NRL stars Jack Whiten and Latrell Mitchell have this week been found innocent after a 10-month-long battle with lying senior ACT cops and the Canberra legal system. The saga caused countless headlines in a media landscape obsessed with bringing certain types of people down, and began after the two young, proud Indigenous men were arrested on a night out.
After reviewing fabricated police evidence and hearing that the allegations brought by cops were a load of shit, the court dismissed all charges against the pair. Which makes you think what happens in instances like this when it's just a random young Koori kid who is seen to be looking violent in the eyes of the cops and doesn't have a profile or a sporting organisation made up of very powerful people behind him. And then you kind of start thinking about what happens to him when the cops ramp up the charges against him and he can't afford to pay solicitors and barristers to prove his innocence in court through a 10-month legal process. And then you kind of get to thinking what happens when not if, the young man goes to jail and enters a prison system where the statistics start getting fatal.
Pretty divisive stuff there, Clancy. I think it's just best not to think about those things. Just take it for what it is. A couple of NRL players arrested, you know?
Yeah, and then cleared.
Yeah, don't think too deeply. You know?
Anyway, that's all from us this week. Thank you for tuning in.
Have a good weekend. Talk to you soon.